And we're live.
Ta-da!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Soul Shift Stories. I am Soul Alignment Coach Michele Stans. I am fourth generation intuitive medium and certified holistic life coach, and I help you banish your limiting beliefs, face your fears. You like my dance? And quiet your itty bitty titty bitty so that you can step into your soul purpose with clarity. You can, kind of move forward towards what you want your life to look like with courage, and then walk that new path with confidence. Is that good? I just came up with that.
That was amazing. I like that. I
Everybody,
feel like we're on one of those shows. Like, I'm like, oh my God.
everybody, I want you to meet my wonderful client slash friend, Shawnna K.
Hello.
She is amazing, y'all. In fact, those of you that are in the High Vibe Soul Tribe group, whenever I post Sundays Are Sacred, this woman right here, I feel like that was weird.
There it goes.
That woman right there, Shawnna K, is the person who shared that concept with me. And I absolutely love it. I embrace it to this day. In fact, the shop that I work at and everybody that knows me knows Sundays are a do not call, do not ask me to make plans on that day because the answer is going to be no. I may call you in a whim and be like, hey, you want to go do something? Because at that point, but Sundays are flow days or no days. So thank you. I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for that concept. And thank you for allowing me to share it with everybody in the group, because I think it really helps everybody kind of tap into their self-care. So Shawna, tell us who is Shawna?
Shawna is a IT / project manager professional in corporate America doing my thing. But I'm also a deeply spiritual woo person. Yeah. More and more every day, growing in the woo. It's a little scary.
And I am so glad that you're here, Shawna, because I feel like a lot of times people have this thing where, if you start down the spiritual path, all of a sudden you leave corporate America and you become a card reader, or you become a shaman, or you become a coach, or you become some sort of aligned spiritual thing there, and that you can't live your spiritual life in a corporate environment that you actually enjoy. So I'm so glad you're here to kind of expand on that concept that, because I talk a lot about, people kind of float around in this whole like, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. So on the weekends, I'm spiritual and I play with my crystals and I create, candles and all the things. But on Monday morning, I go back to being human. And that's why I'm not really thrilled with my job and all this kind of stuff, because we're not integrated. And I love that you have really kind of figured that out, really kind of said, I'm woo, I'm wooish, and I'm also an IT professional.
Yeah, so I used to hide my woo side. Ever since I could remember, I was deeply, deeply intuitive, badass manifester. It's probably not what I called it. It was, oh my God, your gut is always so on point. Okay, whatever. I thought I was just hungry. That's why my gut's telling.
And no, that's not what your cake manifestation.
I manifested cake again Sunday, so whatever. But at Nukes again, free cake that I didn't even eat because I'm like, oh, I wonder if I could get some free cake at Nukes. Oh, here's a coupon, free cake with any purchase. Check. Not that I want the cake. And that's the amazing thing. Like, so I work in IT, I work in corporate America, but I mean, corporate America can be really grimy, right? And you interacting with people got all this shit going, deadlines and whatever. That if that place doesn't need woo, like what the hell does?
Right.
And I won't say that I'll never become a life coach or a card reader. I read, occasionally and give. I'm now thinking free advice. Maybe I should start charging. But sometimes it's really good. But it's like I can take that soulful part of me, that woo part of me, and just one of the biggest takeaways is it's not what's going on. It's not what's happened. It's not, oh my God, this happened to me. How do I friggin' respond to it? You know,
Mm.
butthole
Yeah.
in the office. How do you respond? Maybe that butthole is needing a hug or a couple words of encouragement. You know, maybe he got diagnosed with cancer, or you just never really know what's going on with people. And so my woo side can kind of intuitively just give a bit of a kinder word. And sometimes I'm breaking out, you know, sage and clearing spray and stones. Oh shit, let me put my stones under this person's seat. Maybe that woo will
That'd
clear
be
up.
all helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's a full moon. Let me kind of ask the guides.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not asking their permission, but I think they need help. Let me send a little positive
Send a little
energy
love. Send a
their
little
way.
love.
And doing things from a heart-centered space. Like,
Yeah.
yes, I need to make money. Yes, I need to work. Yes, this is my profession, but it doesn't mean I have to only be this stoic, you know, you see me, like I'm really flowy. I'm not in a suit. That's
I
never
think
my
everybody
thing.
can tell at this point that you're
Yeah,
not stoic.
I would be a hippie if I had been born a little earlier. But
Yeah.
I take that with me into my daily life. And since I've had the shift, it's amazing how even strangers come up to me and say things or give me things, or just, I mean, amazing interactions that I get to have, just embracing, you know, my woo side basically. So
Yeah.
that's been like a major shift, and not having to hide it, right? Yeah, I do
Yeah.
woo festivals and stuff, and that's nice. But in my daily life, I get to practice all that stuff. And
Yeah.
some people are like, ooh, man, you are just a little much with the rituals versus, you know what, you really helped me. I don't get it, but I'm grateful that you gave me the word, or the, some people I've actually given stones or candles.
Yeah.
Here, burn this and say a prayer.
See? Let's kind of roll back though. Let's go
Okay.
back to like before.
Okay.
Before you were like this magnificent woo queen who lives her corporate and spiritual life assimilated.
Hmm.
So all the way back to like why I mean, I think you and I met at one of those Share the Light events
I think
in
so.
in Murfreesboro. I think
Yep.
that's where we met. But what made you start looking for a coach and in this area, in that
Yeah.
kind of soul alignment area?
Yeah. So oh, I remember. So I don't remember how I originally got your like number, but I remember wanting to connect to my maternal grandmother, who this month makes 19 years that she passed away. And something happened, and I'm like, I'm not getting her messages. I don't dream about her. I know what's going on. And here's Michelle Stanza, intuitive medium, da, da, da. And you were still doing your corporate thing, and we had this like amazing exchange. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. And then you're like, hey, I'm making shifts and I'm going to be doing coaching and this. And you came up with this program. And I'm like, bing, you know what? And this is how it read. It read to me like an infomercial. Shit kind of shitty in your crappy, you know, corporate life. Do you need some help making some changes? You know, and then you did a call me. I got some shit coming your way. It's for you, Shawna. It's for you. And then there was like this 7-step thing, and I got your book. I read it like in a day. It's a quick read. And I go, I
Oh
have
yeah,
found,
by the way, everybody, you can go buy my book on Amazon, 7 Steps to Manifesting Your Dream Life. It's on Amazon. Go
yep,
get it.
go
I'll
get
put a
it.
link. While you're talking, I'll put a link. How's that?
Okay. And it was like, remember going through the steps, and I go, oh, I have trouble here. I have trouble letting go. I have trouble receiving. I have trouble in my manifesting being way too specific because, you know, in my
Yeah.
corporate regular world, here's all the requirements that are very detailed into the nail. And I
Mhm.
learned, you know what? That's not how it should be. And so I kind of happened upon Michele, and I'm going through the steps, and the wonderful thing about doing the coaching was like it was this compassionate kick in the ass.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop you because everybody watching, if you've watched any of these soul shift stories, and if you haven't, they're on my YouTube channel, Soul Coach Studio. So you can hop up, not now, but like after we're done here, hop over there and watch the rest of them. You will note. I don't like. I keep saying I don't know if this is good or a bad thing,
Right.
but every single one of you guys is like, it's a compassionate ass kicking that
It
I
is.
love.
It is. It was because I remember saying something, I don't even remember it was, but you were like, so are you going to take accountability for that? Or we're just going to keep whining about it? Because we only got 30 minutes.
Did I really?
And I was like, okay, well, I guess we'll move forward. But I mean, it was what I needed, right? Because it's like, okay, okay. So and you're like, and the next time stuff is happening, take it, experience it, but then choose to respond differently.
Yeah.
And when I did that, I go, oh, okay. Like, okay, so I'm late for an appointment. There's traffic, there's this, the ATM's down, got to take my dog to the groomer. Now I'm late for the appointment. It's going to throw off the schedule. My dog is about to puke in the car.
Oh, Chippy. Her dog is so cute, by the way, y'all. Chippy
She's so
Chip is so adorable. I
And
love
I
him.
go, I'm at them. Screw the person behind me who's in a rush. Okay, what can I do in this moment to make it to go forward positively? Okay, shit happens, can't control traffic. Let's call the groomer. Let's spread a little sunshine. Let's think, okay, going forward this moment, it'll be fine. Chip will get his hair cut, which he doesn't want anyway. Whatever. And in that moment, I get, the groomer says, guess what? I'm running so far behind. It's fine. When you show up, it'll all be great. This and that. Don't feel bad. We'll work on, she's also a great communicator. Just let me know. Everything was fine. And in that moment, I go, so I could have sent a text, oh crap, I can't get them groomed. I can't do this. And now I can't do that because this is, and I'm like, nope, this is what, and I go, oh, so that's what she meant.
Yeah.
That's what she meant. It's not that bad shit doesn't happen. Bad shit happens.
Right.
It's like,
But you're still divinely protected and you have a
divinely,
choice.
and I tell you, I learned to accept divine rejection, which is not, I don't do well with that. Okay. I'm amazing. And sometimes things come and you're like, oh, this is for me. This all lines up. But now I've learned to say, this looks like it's for me. But if it's not, I know that there's divine protection in the rejection that I get.
And that kind of leads us into my next
Yeah.
topic with you, which is, what were you able to do in your life and in your career? Because you made a bit of a leap, even though we talk about leaps a lot of time, leaping from corporate into your business, into a person's own business full time. You actually made a leap because you were like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
But you did it in a way where, because again, you are somebody that does love what they do for a living.
Yeah. I really like it.
Yeah, you do, and you love being around people, and you feel like part of your mission is to be in that corporate environment and to bring the light to it.
Right.
From what you said earlier.
Yeah.
So, how did that divine protection kind of help influence your transition from one job to the other? Because it wasn't the traditional, well, I gave my resignation, I got a job, I did all the interviews and blah blah blah. No, that was not how you roll.
Not at all.
So why don't you share that? I think that's really interesting, because that would help people that are, we're woo, but they're accountants, or they are, customer service workers or something like that are trying to be like, I need to go from A to B, but I don't see a B there yet. You know what I mean?
So I was in this job that checked all the boxes. I make good money. I get to work from home. I'm making my own schedule. All the boxes. I get to do work that for the most part I like, except for the crappy parts I don't like, but still have to do. But I'm still feeling this hole. And as time goes on, the hole gets bigger and bigger. I apply for some other jobs that I'm perfectly suited for. I even get to the point where, when can you start? And then it's, well, we decided we're not going to fill the position, or we're not doing this, or whatever. And I'm like, what the hell do you mean? This is okay, fine. This is obviously not how it's supposed to happen. And so I get to the point where I go, I'm going to quit my job. And it's like, nope, I don't have another job lined up. Nope, I don't have all the ducks in a row in the checkbox ticked. But I know that I have to do this because I fucking hate it here.
Well,
Like,
and that divine protection kind of concept that you were talking about earlier played into
yeah.
that as well. Yeah.
And I later found out that the job I didn't get, I would have been working with someone that I would not have gotten along with. And
Mm.
we've crossed paths again for another job. And somehow she got invited to the interview party. And I go, I mean, I'm on mute, as they're asking me questions. And I'm like, oh my God, her fucking energy is shit. There's no way I don't know how much you would have had to pay. Thank you God for not. Oh my God. I mean, I'm not going to bomb the interview, but I'm not interested. If she's there, I can't be there.
Like, I gotta go.
I gotta go. Oh my God. Something is burning in a chakra somewhere. Oh my God. My rose quartz is glimmering through the car with
My hematome exploded. I have to go.
I'm out. And I'm like, okay. And of course, in that moment, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I did what? And so I put in my resignation last December, and I sat with it for a really long time. I waited for all the solar stuff to clear up. I turned it in, and what came from it was like, we understand. We hate to see you leave, but I think we both know that it's been a long time coming, and we just appreciate for you to stick around and make sure we have a smooth transition. Da 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 da. And I was like, oh, okay. And although I didn't get to quit when I thought I would, I quit it right at the perfect time, right? And so
Yeah.
the old manager and I still chat, and it's all good. And then I go, okay, so what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And
So
boom.
at this point, like, I just want to be really clear for
Yeah.
everybody. This point, you have resigned from your previous job.
Yep.
You did not have, you went through the interview process a couple of places, no place, everything kind of didn't pan out. And as you look back on it from your now self,
Yeah.
your then self was like, what the hell's going on? I'm
Right.
perfect.
What the hell do you mean?
I'm talented, damn it. Yeah.
Today. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right. Right. But in that immediate situation that you were in, you had resigned from your job.
Mhm.
There wasn't a place for you to go from A to B. You were like, I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah.
I know that the universe has my back.
Yep.
I'm gonna have faith in this.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna wing it. That doesn't mean we don't take inspired action, right? Because you still were kind of like you
Well,
made a plan. You
yeah.
kind of made a plan, and then you also were still kind of like, I'm going to look for and allow for the perfect job to come to me, right? That was kind of more,
Right.
yeah.
And so I go, well, maybe I don't want to do a long-term gig. I'm just going to do some short-term things that, whatever. So there's no commitment, and we'll just see what comes. And then I'm like, oh God, I'm starting to get worried. What about, paying bills and all this other stuff? I have a mortgage to pay. I have to keep the lights on. And then I spend a couple weeks just kind of, I don't know, in a bit of a fog, basically. And I go, wait, let's think of why did we quit? And I even think to myself, oh my God, do I have to go back to my old job? And then there's this voice. What the hell are you thinking?
Don't you love it? People think spirit guides are like, do
No,
you know, though? No, they talk like they're your relative.
no. This is
Yeah.
like the aunt that is real sassy, who, although she can make like a really amazing mac and cheese or meatloaf or something, she's got the spoon in her hand, like, get your shit together. This is not why,
This is not why you came here.
Right. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, let's just do the work. Let's revamp our resume, and let's also keep our options open. Right. And so before I know it, like literally on I don't know, like on a Monday, I get a call. On a Tuesday, we have a resume chat. On a Wednesday, there's an interview, or maybe Thursday, there's like a quick phone interview. And they're like, we'll get back to you. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And then there's we know we asked you to wait a couple weeks, but could you be here Wednesday?
I remember talking to you about that, where you were like, wait, I planned vacation.
I planned
I'm like, I have relaxation things to do
on the beach. And that's the amazing thing, because it's like, I had to let go enough. And I still personally struggle with this. I had to let go enough. So, and this is my own personal thing. I have a virtual spirit box. And I literally go like this. Okay, here's my spirit box. Let's put some sparkles on it. And then, okay, Shawnna spirit box. Okay, the job I want or I think I want is not coming to me. Bloop, in the spirit box it goes. And it doesn't mean I don't think about it or it doesn't pop up, but when it pops in my head, nope, nope, you obviously took that out of the box, put it back in the spirit box. And just like that's my way of letting go. However, everybody else lets go is their own thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then like so now like opportunities come to me and now instead of feeling like yes, I have bills, yes, I have obligations to make, but I don't feel desperate to take whatever comes my way. And when people were even saying to me, well, oh my God, what are you going to do next? Spirit's got my back. I always had my back. Even in the roughest of like, you know, maybe 10 years ago when the economy was just everybody's forgotten, but it was a shit show. I don't know if you guys remember, it was a shit show. And I go, nope, not worried about losing my job, not worrying about making my bills. And I would get random checks for stuff. Oh, here's a refund for that thing you bought 6 months ago that you overpaid.
And you were like, I don't even remember buying that.
Right. Ka-ching. Let's take this to their bank to make sure it clears. It might be.
Right now.
Right now. And so it's like, me personally, when I just let go and kind of let flow into things, it's like, it's just amazing the powerful, magical Shawna that just, you know, boom. And then I get free cake, which is amazing.
Which is icing. So when you think about when we were working together, and Shawna, by the way, has gone through my program. I can't remember if you went through it once or twice. I can't remember.
I did like an individual thing,
You
and
did.
then
You
like
did
I
the
just went to
VIP
like
thing
the
too.
group thing because there was a group one, and then I was like, oh, this is a lot of work, Michele. I feel like
And then there was a break.
there was a break.
There was more group stuff.
Yeah.
So Shawna's kind of participated in all the things.
Yeah.
And even things that I'm like, hey, you need to, it's not even my stuff. I'm like, dude, go do this. You're gonna
Right.
love it. And you're like, yes.
Yes.
So when you think about when we were working together, so what was one big takeaway that you had while we were working together that you can share that's really taken hold in your life?
So now this one I wrote notes for. So because I have to make sure I say this one. So I've rejected my whole damn life. I am a big ass ball of empathy. Okay. I did not choose this. It chose me.
Mm.
And I had to learn to um radically accept it, but then embrace it. Yes, I'm an empath, but that just means I need to do a better job at setting boundaries. Big one. And then to really be comfortable with my own light that shines, right? Because I remember, you know, being in a relationship with someone and they're like, oh my God, you're too much and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, look here. I will not dim my freaking light for you to feel like you can shine. You get you some fucking Ray-Bans or some sunscreen or just step out of the fucking way. You know?
And it's funny that you bring that particular statement up because ever since you have said that to me, like when you were like, this is what my breakthrough was, where it's like, I'm gonna shine my light, and if you don't like it, you can leave or get some shades, but that's it.
Right.
I have shared that with so many people, and they love that. Like, I'm not, you know, now I'm outing you, but but you have to because everybody that doesn't say it knows it's from you now.
Right.
But I think that is such an amazing like shift. Where a lot of times people are like, hey, I'm going to stay in my little box and, you know, that's okay. But you're like, get some shades because it's coming.
Get out of your box. I mean, or whatever, your box, your closet, your kitchen, your whatever. And so like that, even sometimes to myself, it's still scary because I'm like, well, I don't want to impede on. No. I'm just like, we can all shine. There's plenty of room. Look at all the friggin' stars in the sky. You don't see them going, oh no, you're too bright. You need to dim it down. They're like, oh, fuck you. This is, you know, my time. So like letting my stars shine regardless without really giving, I'd say maybe zero fucks about whoever's not shining or doesn't have shades or sunscreen. I really don't care. I do as an empath, but as my star shining bright, I don't care. Just with my empathetic boundaries, if you will.
And I feel like one of the things that I'm hearing from you is that a lot of times, and I don't know about you, but it's like everywhere you look, it's all about poor little empath. You
Yeah.
do a little thing. Here's why you feel like shit.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you that you're not a victim.
You are
It's
not.
almost like the articles that I've read have been all about why you might feel like crap.
Right.
And it's almost like go hide in a shell
Yep.
and don't come out.
Yep.
And we don't do that here
No.
because you didn't come here to not live a life.
No.
Yeah, there's times for like we talked about hermiting earlier, and there's times for that. But that's not what happens 90% of the time. You don't learn your lessons and do what you were supposed to do to come here by hiding under the bed.
Right.
And so it's more about one of the things we do, it's intuition, manifesting, and
Right.
really being an empowered empath and saying, like you were talking about the boundaries, setting boundaries,
Right.
both in the physical and the spiritual world, doing clearing and shielding on a daily basis.
Right.
And kind of understanding what's going on around you so that you can make choices and be all in control and empowered about your empathic skill set as opposed to it being a burden,
Right. And that's what it is. So me being an empath is no longer a burden. And when someone said, "Oh my God, you are just like, whoa, your empathy is," they're like, "Let's get you a spray and some protect stuff and make sure you take the time and et cetera, et cetera. And when you get on empathy overload or you're drained, you go back and fill your own damn cup." And I've learned when my cup is empty, really when it's starting to get like, okay, there's a couple sips left and I'm in the desert, it's time to like retreat. And it's okay to retreat, which is where I came up with Sundays are sacred, right? Because like I was in the program and I'm like, oh my God, my manager calls me every fucking day of the week. Sometimes he doesn't even want anything. He called me on a Sunday. I got so pissed. And you go, "So what are you going to do about that, girlfriend?" And I go, fuck it. Sundays are sacred. Don't text me, call me, and expect a response. And then once I put up like that boundary, other things started to like kind of basically flow from that. So, I mean, I'm not the best person with boundaries. Sorry.
Well,
But
it's they're challenging. It's not like you write everybody a post-it note and they abide.
Right.
It's almost like you say, "Here's my boundary," and then you have to constantly enforce it until people recognize it and respect it, right? And so some people find that as a challenge. They think that I need to write, if I write this on a post-it note in a black Sharpie, everybody will just abide by it. And that's not the case. Again, it's kind of like how we're divinely protected, but that doesn't mean it's all like, roses and unicorn farts.
It is.
I
say bubble gums and butterflies, but okay.
It's I'm divinely protected no matter what happens.
Right.
So yes, it's good to have boundaries, but no matter what happens, you're going to have to enforce them. There is no pill to manage a symptom or cure something in this case. This is not a quick fix. It's not called a practice for nothing. Right. So it's almost like because you constantly probably are meditating. You constantly are pulling cards and doing the self work. You are taking the classes and doing all the things. So I wanted to be really clear for those of you watching that whether you're coaching with me, someone else, you're reading self-help books, it's not a one and done.
It is not.
It's a practice. I mean,
it is so much fucking practice. Like it's like it's not even like you're going. It's not like when you're practicing to get to the Olympics or a Super Bowl or a World Series, right? It's like it's almost like you're practicing to get to that big game and that big moment. And it never really just happens. It's like, okay, the next big moment, the next big moment. How can I improve? How can I get better? It's like this long ass freaking, I don't even call it a marathon. It's like a heptathlon of stuff because maybe you read a book for this thing. Maybe this is a prayer. Maybe this is a meditation. And I won't lie. I take meditation breaks. And someone asked me, well, why don't you like to meditate? Because I don't fucking want to. And it's like, well, why? I'm like, because what meditating is going to open up for me right now, I'm not ready to hear. So I'm going to take a little break because I don't want to cry or feel the shift or feel the planets doing their collisions and doing what they do. But I also realize I'm this amazing mind being right, and I'm capable of manifesting all kinds of shit that even in my mind I couldn't think of. Like, so when the job comes, when the cake comes, or the discount or the coupon or the whatever, it's like, oh, I was just hoping for 10% off, not 50. I was just hoping for, you know, someone who could come and cut my grass, not cut my grass and my shrubs for the same price. So
Yeah.
it's like, just I've just learned to like open up more to the possibilities, and I've gotten really good with boundaries and letting go
Yeah.
and twinkling my star.
So if somebody was thinking, I'm not quite sure what my purpose is. I'm not quite
Hmm.
sure, you know, how to proceed, or I kind of know what my purpose is, but I don't know if I need to hire a coach or talk to Michelle or something. What would you tell them?
I would say at least have the talk, because when I reached out to her, it was, I didn't know it was intuition.
Me, yeah.
Yes, Michelle. Wait, hold on. That way. Bam.
I know, right? It's like
Yeah, it's reversed.
yeah.
Call Michelle. But when I intuitively reached out to her, I wasn't like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for a coach because I got all these shifts going and I'm on this path." That's not how it fucking happened. It was, well, let me just talk to her and see. And we were both kind of on these journeys. I feel like we still are. And it's like, oh, and be mindful of when you ask for the help, however you ask, whatever your religion, your spiritual, whatever your shit is, be mindful to the signs of when you get the help, because I didn't even realize I was asking. I said, what am I doing wrong, or what do I need to do differently? And then here comes the coaching program. And then I'm like, ooh, I could use a little bit more support with like-minded people. Oh, boom. And here comes this group, or in here comes this. Oh my God, I want to know more about intuitively reading my oracle cards or tarot cards. Boom. I mean, you get the sign. Don't fucking ignore it, because spirit gets really tired of some of you guys. Shit, even mine. Okay, tidbit.
Okay, now do y'all know why I invited Shawnna? Awesome.
Pay attention to the signs.
Yes. So I am going to say right now, if Shawna's story resonates with you, if you are, kind of on that journey, you're wondering, where the heck do I go? Maybe I don't like where I am and I don't know where to go. Or maybe you know exactly where to go and you're kind of like, I'm not lining up. I don't feel good where I am and I see where I want to go, but I don't know how to get from here to there. That's when we talk about soul alignment. That's when we talk about, aligning our human being self, our higher self or our soul and source, so that we can move forward with clarity and confidence and courage, into the life that we want, in a way that really kind of lines up with our spiritual kind of belief system. And so if that's you, if this resonates with you, if that's where you want to go, why don't we talk? I'm offering, what I would love to offer you is a 30-minute coaching session. Soul path discovery session is what I call it. Shawnna really liked the name when I told her about it
I
earlier.
do. I like that.
And I know it looks like it says soulcoachstudio.as.me/1 minute, but that's not what it is. It was kind of silly. It's all about the font, but it actually is IMIN. So it's I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to go there and book that 30-minute chat with me. So if this resonates with you, come on over. Let's talk. It'll be just you and me. We won't do it on Facebook Live. It'll just be on Zoom.
Yeah. And it's really private and inviting. And like, even though you're doing it on Zoom, I'll say I felt very like connected, and you were coming from such a genuine, I care about how you move to your next step space. Like, I felt like I made an instant friend, basically.
And we did.
Then we did. And then I would remember, I was like,
and then she manifested cake for me. And I was like,
right.
you are my friend
So
forever.
and then we were somewhere, and she goes, "Oh my God, Shawna, she just manifest shit. Watch what I tell you." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess I am." And then now I'm kind of like, "No, I'm a badass manifester. Like, I don't know my own power." So if, like I said, if you're a little whatever, I mean, she comes from such a great place. It I don't even know how to explain it. It was just like sobomb.com. Like, I had no clue who I would be afterwards, and who I thought I would be afterwards is not even who I am today. I'm so much fucking better than even thought I could be, which is amazing because I'm full of myself.
But you're not full of yourself in a conceited way. You love yourself so much. Like,
Yeah.
I will honestly tell you that sometimes when I'm like, I'm feeling kind of poopy, I go, okay, I know I'm burning out. What would Shawna tell me to do for self? Because you're like my go-to self-care person.
Yeah.
Like,
Self-care is not selfish.
right.
Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish.
And Shawna, like, everybody thinks a lot of times like the coach in the group or the person who's the head of like the group, whoever's running the thing,
Yeah.
is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, that I have no problems. I've finally discovered the light and I don't have to do any of the stuff anymore. And the fact is, sometimes I discover people within my own circle
Mm-hmm.
of clients / friends that I learn just as much from. And that's how I see coaching a lot of times. I don't want to ever be seen as like, oh, I'm the guru on the mountain.
Right.
It's more of like, I'm just a few steps ahead, man.
Right.
And here's a map and I want to help you along.
Yeah.
But I also feel like whoever is coming across my path, I'm supposed to learn from too. And you
Yeah.
have been such a guide for me. So I want to
Thank
thank you
you.
publicly because, I mean, even right down to like, Michele, go wear a dress.
Yeah. I'm like, she's like, oh, I don't know. I just don't want to wear. I don't want to get all foo-foo. And I'm like, go get a friggin' dress that's
So I
comfortable.
bought one. I have a sundress.
Jersey knit, throw a belt, let your hair do what it does, its curly thing, and just, go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, next time I see you, I want to see you.
You better be fashionista material.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually even started using the Instagram, if you've noticed.
So cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
But anyways, I want to say thank you for being like that kind of voice in my head when it comes to self-care. If anybody, I'm sure if you're in the High Vibe group, if you're not, go find it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have self-care, like, hey, what, I need something beyond manis and petties. I guarantee you, Shawna will chime in and tell you, like, this is what you go do.
Right.
And secondly, thank you so much for being here today. And
allowing
me to kind of say, hey, Shawna, come and share with everybody your story. Because I think a lot of times the people that I talk to end up, when they do find their soul purpose, they kind of like let it lead them, or it does lead them, I guess is the right way to say it. It leads them into that place of, I'm going to go be this or that. That's kind of in line with being spiritual, I guess, a spiritual entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always said, hey, you can actually, there is a reason we have corporate jobs. There's people that need to fill them. It's not just droney people. In fact, sending people like you in there as a light warrior, as it were, to kind of share with folks, not banging them over the head, but showing with love how they can actually love themselves even in a corporate environment is so needed. And so kudos to you for doing that. Thank you for sharing that so that other folks that maybe are watching that do have that whole, like, I love my corporate gig. I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
But I do want to know how to incorporate both things, that is doable. And if you are in that spot, if Shawna's story resonates in that way with you, go ahead and just book your call. Okay. Well, thanks so much. Thanks so much for joining me. Thank you for everyone for watching. Thank you, Shawna. I love you so much.
Anytime. Love you, Michele.
And I will see everybody soon. Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Have a great day, y'all.